puppet theater, the thing that I did, I gave away a lot of great stuff there, but it keeps coming back. People say, "Oh, you're the guy that did this," or "You're the guy that did that." The more that you can get out to people and give, the more you will get back in return.
Excellent. That was one of the things that you had talked to at some point is doing commercials. I was talking about.
Oh yeah, karma
commercials.
Yeah.
Commercials.
Yes.
I was talking about pitching something to one of something that happened with my parents, that they watched these two kids, and to one of the cellular phones places, and Dave's like, do a commercial, videotape that, and just give it out there without asking money for it.
An endorsement of a product, even though you're not being paid to do that.
Yeah. So from that, it's something that can come back to you.
Even though that term commercial is so great that you could, you could go to the trademark office tomorrow and take it, and just by putting this up, some guy's probably already going to be, trying to go to the trademark office.
Somebody's already passed you up. You can get the .net, the .com. Go ahead and get it.
Guess what? A creative person, you're going to have more ideas. You know, you can't be all parsimonious about stuff. You know, it's like it all comes back to you. And plus, people know that people go to the tributaries and then they find out where the source of the river is. And if you're a true source, then people are going to find you.
I like that.
Mm.
I like that. Today, when I was getting ready for this, I was listening to some Calypso. My parents are from Barbados.
Yes.
And I'm sure a lot. If you're from Barbados, tag yourself in this video. Or if you want to be from Barbados, tag yourself in this video. Or if you've ever been to Barbados. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it. And basically, we're talking about Calypso.
It's really like the Caribbean version of CNN. Tell us the stories of what's going on.
Calypso. Yeah, good point.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. And I was listening to something, and they find a fun way of doing it,
mm-hmm.
and about things that are going on. I remember when we were growing up, there was this song called Jack, and it was talking about this guy Jack that didn't want them to go to the beach.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He just wanted tourists to go to the beach. And it's a real catchy tune. And I'm 8 and I'm singing the song, and Jack don't want me to bathe on the beach. And I didn't even know what it is. I'm making a political movement.
Right.
Is there many ways that people can do that in positive ways?
Well, for instance, we've got the negative aspect here, and now the positive aspect is the creativity that's done with that. So music, humor, satire. YouTube has been the most successful stuff. Has been either the stuff that's like really low tech, or it's been almost satirical in nature. Anything that you can do that makes people laugh. A lot of times the best advice if you're trying to get a message across is having a certain amount of detachment toward it. Sometimes you get really attached to what you're thinking, that you think everybody should feel that way, and you get mad when they don't. Whereas if you can have some detachment and say, okay, how can I make this entertaining to people who don't care about what I'm doing? That can be the best sort of thing. In the case of my PR Puppet Theater, I knew we were making a really cheesy ass puppet. We made it low tech. We made it as cheesy ass as possible. I put in situations where I looked like where I looked foolish, but on the other hand, the overall picture had a certain amount of low tech charm. I hope that I got it on CNBC twice. Did I tell you that? So I'd say the thing is creativity, having fun, not taking yourself too seriously can be kind of the way. Every presidential election, you'll have the president at some point has to do something where he shows he can be one of the regular guys. Nixon got on laughing, saying, having water thrown in his face. Bill Clinton wore sunglasses and played a saxophone. Oh, he's like one of us. George Bush, the first one, ate pork rinds. I mean, there's got to be some way of making yourself accessible.
And if a president can do that, then I'm sure you can do that. I mean,
people prefer heart to dignity any day of the week.
Yes, and when you're faking dignity, is it really dignity? Who knows?
Okay, it's me indignant. Well, no.
Who knows? One of the things that I've been seeing, a lot of people, I see these social networks as a great media, and a lot of people are spending a lot of time on it. For instance, all this stuff was created because the porn industry a lot of the quote unquote do-gooders, and you can put me in that, the quote unquote do-gooders, they stayed away from it for a long period of time. Oh, the internet's bad. People can get on there and people can talk to each other when they're far away. The porn industry got on it. They saw how valuable it was. And I see that people can look at what the porn industry is doing and don't look too much.
No.
Look but don't touch. They can look at what the porn industry is doing and study that because they've been involved in it a lot more and use that in their business. And I don't care what their business is.
Well, it's true that if it wasn't for the porn industry, we wouldn't have a lot of the technical innovations that we've had. Flash videos, let's see, being able to upload things. I mean, so we do have to give credit where credit is due.
We're grateful for the porn industry.
You can't be, it's like, if an idea is good, doesn't matter really where it comes from. I mean, I've had good ideas.
It comes from.
Well, okay, and I'll ignore that. My daughter's given me some good ideas. She's 5 or 6, and, I'll take a good idea where it comes from. On the other hand, my 94-year-old Aunt Mildred doesn't know anything about internet, and I've gotten some good ideas from her before because there's something to be said where if you're open, you can see ideas whenever, anywhere you can. Sometimes, like that commercial thing, we're open, we're hearing that great line that we're going to go and trademark tomorrow unless somebody here gets to us first.
Yes. I'll probably do it a couple weeks from now because there's other ideas that I'm working on.
Yeah.
A lot of clients I've seen are kind of anti-sales, and they say I'm not good at sales. I don't want to do sales and everything. And I understand that because I've been in sales for a long period of time, and I want to step kind of away from that. But with the videos, you can do a video real good and have it land to your book. Or say if you want to use Amazon, you can put one of Donald Trump's videos on there, and have an Amazon and be able to get a commission from that. There's many different ways to do affiliate programs and different ones that you don't necessarily have to do that. And the good part about sales is a great way to stimulate the economy. There's certain things, we've all had a bad salesperson that we've dealt with, but the good part about sales is that's how products move. So it's good to not be totally resistant to that, that change.
I think people are a lot better salesmen than they will give themselves. The people can kind of get hard on themselves. If they have a dream, at some point they had to articulate the dream to themselves. So they just need to remember what they said to their brain and say it to the next person. I mean, sometimes people get afraid. Like, I have these clients who are, they're. It was hard to get them to do their press kit because they didn't understand the point of the press kit because they thought, hey, we're anti-corporate guys. We don't need a press kit. But yes, they do. They need a press kit to explain how anti-corporate they are in order to position themselves that way. So, I think a lot of it is people are, if people weren't good salesmen, nobody would ever get married because, that's the ultimate sales job of all. Trying to convince someone to spend the rest of your life. If you can do that, selling computers is nothing.
I think a lot of times when you spend your time alone or with your team, getting this product when it's ready to go, and a lot of people meet you at that time or meet me at that time, when the product's just ready to go, a lot of times it's kind of hard to stick your neck out there because people do that. So being able to send it out in the media, that's even there's a higher level of pressure out there.
Well, I think people have this idea of the media being this giant sort of monster sort of entity when really all it is it's a bunch of microorganisms made up of people who have dreams and visions just like you do. The only difference is their dreams and visions involve really high ratings and the surefire ratings gimmicks, fruits, kids, pets, bathing suits. So, it's like you just have to I think people get afraid of the media. There was one example. We had a client who, opened up a restaurant, and they opened up the restaurant recently.